I'm Victor Margiotta, and this is the Community Show. My guest tonight is Roni Rodman. She works for a food pantry, not works, but volunteers for a food pantry, the Putnam County Community Food Pantry. I'm thrilled to have Roni on. She epitomizes what volunteering is in the community, and really that's what the show's all about. I just want to express the fact that people need to get involved in the community. They need to help others out. It's always important to give a lift to people. Sometimes you don't realize just, a kind word or helping someone out can, make a big difference in a person's life. And that's what Roni does. She helps out this food pantry. She directs people to help them volunteer, and it sometimes it just takes that taking of the hand and showing people how to do it, and then you could pass that on to other people. So thanks, Roni, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And Roni, is that short for something?
Well, it's not.
No.
That is my birth name. But my mother said all the children in the family had to have very short names because my maiden name had 12 letters.
Oh, my goodness.
Kirschenbaum.
Wow.
And she always felt, well, if it was a long first name and then a long last name, it'd be hard to write on the line, in school.
But it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
And now, how did you get into volunteering?
Okay. Well, I've always volunteered. Somehow that was in my blood from when I was in high school. I got involved volunteering in an environmental group as an internship. And then in college, I did quite a bit of volunteering. And then when I came up here to Westchester County, moved to Westchester, with my children, I got involved in their Girl Scout troops, their sports teams, and various other community activities. Yeah.
And now, how did you get into the food pantry?
Okay, the way I got into the food pantry is through my temple, the Reformed Temple of Putnam Valley.
Yeah.
We were approached by the minister of Grace United Methodist Church in Putnam Valley and two of their parishioners. Were looking to start a food pantry and wanted it to it's a separate nonprofit, and they reached out to our temple, St. Columbanus Church, the Putnam Valley Rotary Club, and St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Putnam Valley. And they got members from all those organizations to come together to form the Putnam Valley Community Food Pantry.
Excellent. Now, how did you recruit the other volunteers?
We initially started recruiting them from the founding organizations, but then through word of mouth, people heard about the food pantry and started coming down and inquiring about volunteering. And we have now just about, on a regular basis, maybe 25 to 30 regular volunteers coming.
That's great.
In addition to, we get Boy Scout and Girl Scout troops that come down every so often to help out also. And
it's so important. I know for me, my sister volunteered quite a bit. I was raised in a family of 10. And the first thing we were taught was how to share. I mean, there was no way around it, really. So, and I think, like you, it's something that I've always done, helped out, and it's a good thing to instill in other people. So having, the people that come with you, and especially like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, it's an excellent way to start them at a young age, so that they can carry through their whole life. And what are some of the values that you feel like you've gained through volunteering?
Some of the values I feel that I've gained is, well, first, in the situation working at the pantry, you kind of look at your own life and realize how fortunate you are when you see the misfortune of some of those that you're serving. And it's just a wonderful feeling of being able to give and help
Yep.
and see others that are able to thrive from, your
Definitely.
volunteer efforts.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just that little bit that somebody could gain, and just to get off their feet, and then it could change their whole life, really.
Sure, sure. It does make a difference in the lives of those that we serve, and we hear that all the time from the clients that come to the pantry.
Now, I was lucky to have Cecilia come to the pantry. She made a little video, which
Right.
in a few minutes we're going to get to watch.
Okay.
And I also want to take this chance now to thank the crew. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Kaz. Cecilia pretty much set this show up. Usually I get the guests and stuff, but
Right.
this is perfect. This is exactly what this show is about, volunteering. And so I want to thank Seal and Joe and Helen for helping out with the show. So, where does the bulk of the money come from for the?
Good question. The bulk of the money comes from a federal grant called HIPNAP that we apply for every year through the Hudson Valley Food Bank.
Okay.
And we're fortunate enough to get a fairly large grant that is kept on account there.
Right.
So when we put a weekly order in, it draws from that.
Nice.
And so like I said, we do get a fairly substantial grant, but
Excellent.
we always looking for more donations to
and
assist us.
So how would somebody get a hold of you or find where to bring the food?
Okay, they can either come down to our site on a given Saturday when we're open, and we're
Yep.
located at Grace United Methodist Church at
Okay.
337 Peekskill Hollow Road in
Gotcha.
Putnam Valley.
Yep.
They can also check out our website
Yes.
at www.putnamvalleyfoodpantry.org
Excellent.
or email us at putnamvalleyfoodpantry@gmail.com.
Good.
And we have information and on at all those sites, and we're also on Facebook.
Awesome. Now, do you still need volunteers if somebody would like to volunteer?
Yes, we never
Always,
turn
right?
volunteers away. We just want to encourage people to come in and volunteer. We'll always find something for them to do.
Excellent.
And, yeah, it's important.
Now, if somebody wanted to start a food pantry in their town, what are some of the requirements? Or what are some suggestions you would have for them?
Well, if for an individual who has this idea, I would say the best thing is to approach maybe a community organization or a church or a temple to assist you.
Yeah.
Because first you're going to need a space.
Yep.
And we're fortunate enough to have space at the church where we don't have to pay rent.
Yes.
And so that's been very helpful.
Sure.
And the other thing is, initially what they should do is contact their local food bank.
Okay.
And they can provide them with the resources that they would need to help them, at least start up and give them information about funding and how to get the food.
Excellent. Okay. I know they're going to show the video. We're just waiting for them to put it on. Okay. All right. So they're going to roll the video.
Good.
Excellent.
So good morning. We're here at the Putnam Valley Community Food Pantry in Putnam Valley, New York. And we are open on Saturdays from 10 to 11 to the public. And we are today giving out a bunch of fresh fruits and vegetables that we get from Cornell Cooperative Extension. They go up to local farms upstate and bring the food here on Friday. And inside we give out a variety of canned goods, also some dairy products and fresh meat. And it is a choice pantry. And what a choice pantry is that the clients are able to take the items that they want and what they need, so there is no waste. And we also are very fortunate to have wonderful volunteers. There's no paid staff here. They come here every Saturday to set up, distribute the food, and then stay here a little while after to clean up. And we currently are serving about 170 families a week. Our food here at the Putnam Valley Community Food Pantry, the way we get our food is we get a large, well, I can't say very large, grant. It's called HIPNAP. It's a federal food grant from the federal government, and that gets put on our account at the Hudson Valley Food Bank up in Cornwall. And we are able to use those monies to buy our weekly food. And we do have wonderful volunteers that go up on Friday mornings up to Cornwall to pick up our weekly order. And we have Charlie Milo, one of our volunteers, who has a truck that we are able to utilize to pick up that food. And we can pick up anywhere from 2,500 pounds to over 5,000 pounds a week of food up in Cornwall, and the volunteers come back here with the food and then they put it on the shelves and organize it. So it is a big endeavor to do that, and we're lucky enough to have wonderful volunteers that are available to do that job. The Salvation Army has a grant to serve Putnam County, and they come here most Saturday mornings to provide breakfast to the clients, knowing that many of these clients are not getting a nutritious meal, breakfast meal. So they come here and they provide a variety of breakfast items: eggs, French toast, sometimes pancakes, muffins, juice, coffee, and milk.
Oh, you know what? These are herbs. So herbs.
Oh yeah.
Gotta go to where herbs.
I want to thank Cecilia again for going and making the video. It was very nice. You're more beautiful in person. I just want to let you know. But that's great that they had the fresh food too. It's not just canned products. And now, most of the people, they don't need instructions on how to cook the food. You don't have to really.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, so there's no instruction.
Well, we do help them. We have some wonderful volunteers that know a lot about the different vegetables that we've been receiving in the summer from the local
cool.
farms.
Right.
And we do get some unusual sort of vegetables
Yeah,
that
right.
there are things I'm not even familiar with,
Yeah, yeah.
especially a lot of the root vegetables we get in different types of greens and lettuces. So we try to help the clients as much as possible, giving
Sure.
them suggestions and ideas on how to use the stuff.
Yeah, well, I know for me, cooking beets, you don't realize how long they take to
Yes.
cook, you know, and stuff like that. It's good to have at least an idea of
Yes.
how to cook some of this stuff.
Yeah.
What are some of the staples of the food that you get?
Okay, so generally every week we give out various proteins like tuna fish,
Yep.
macaroni and cheese, a canned meat like chili beans,
Right.
soup, cereal, some cheese, yogurt if we can get it, fresh fruit and vegetables, canned fruit, canned vegetables, and we're fortunate enough to get fresh meat.
That's great.
And bread. We have some wonderful donors, ShopRite, Panera Bread,
Nice.
JV Bagels.
You know, excellent. Now, what are some of the requirements for the people that come to pick up the food?
Okay. We're pretty lenient because we
Yeah.
always feel that they're there because they need the
Of
food.
course. Yeah.
So they do have to come in with a photo ID
All right.
and proof of residency. We take people from Putnam County, southern Putnam County and northern Westchester County, outside of Peekskill.
Excellent. And now, if somebody wanted to pick the food up for another family, would that be okay?
Yes, we do have, some of our clients do pick up for one or two others. You could pick up beside yourself up to two other families. And we do a few home deliveries
Oh, really?
for some people that are either disabled or
Homebound.
homebound. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Is there some of the main people that you would like to thank?
Well, I would like to thank our board, Gary Carney,
Yeah.
Jenny Schutrick, William Schneider, Amy Pollock,
Yeah.
and Wayne Gable. And also a big shout out to the Knights of Columbus from
Yes.
St. Columbanus Church. We have a group of these men and women that come down every week, and they're just wonderful. And a big thank you to Charlie Milo,
Yeah.
who uses his truck every week to get anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 pounds of food.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And now they're open when? On Saturday?
Saturdays,
Okay.
we open to the public from 10 to 11. We do ask our volunteers to come around 9 o'clock to help set up, get the food out on the tables, and then, of course, stay a little bit after to help clean up
Yeah.
and put things away.
Excellent. And now we already talked, they can go on the website. What are some other ways that people can volunteer to help out?
Well, on Fridays, we have a crew that goes up to Cornwall to the food bank to pick up our weekly order and
Right.
bring it back and stock the shelves. So we always need strong volunteers to help out. That's done Friday mornings. And sometimes we have various groups that do food drives for us. So we might get a large influx of groceries that we need to sort and put on the shelves. So we need people to do that sort of work too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, you said that you're still working, you still have a regular job.
Yeah, full-time job in Manhattan.
And what is that?
I work as a housing coordinator for a nonprofit in the financial district, and I work with vets that are homeless. They're either street homeless or in the New York City shelter system, and I
Right.
find housing for them.
That's pretty incredible. How did you get into that?
My background has always been in nonprofit housing,
Right.
affordable housing.
And what are some of the requirements for the vets to get onto that?
Well, with this special initiative through the Veterans Administration, they have to be chronically homeless. And they're referred to my organization through the Veterans Administration.
Now, you have grandchildren. Well, you have one.
I do, one on the way.
Yeah. How's that beautiful?
It's wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying every minute of it.
I know.
So sometimes I have to, divide my time between the volunteering
Yeah.
efforts, but the family always comes first.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful thing, volunteering. And I think if people could get more involved, even with some of the churches now, it seems that the attendance is getting lower, but we need people to try and get involved. How is it with the temple now?
Well, with the temple, we have a low membership, but we
Yeah.
encourage our members to get out there and help out at the food pantry, whether it's coming down and volunteering,
Right.
or supporting it financially, or doing a food drive. Sometimes our youth do food drives. We always encourage food drives throughout the community. Just last Saturday, we had 2 Girl Scout troops and a local Putnam Valley Lions Club do food drives at the local supermarkets.
Nice.
And they came down with their food on Saturday afternoon and Sunday with bags and bags of food and money, and it was just amazing.
That is
It was great.
amazing.
And then we had the Putnam Valley High School Interact Club. A few of their members came down and sorted the food for us.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're very fortunate. We just have wonderful community members willing to help out.
Yeah. Now, what food do you say no to that they shouldn't bring?
We don't want perishable food.
Right.
And we don't want anything that, say for instance, if you had like individual granola bars that are
Yeah.
out of a box,
Yeah.
everything has to have the ingredients on there, the manufacturer on
Right.
there. So we don't want any open products. We don't want expired items. We won't take fruits or vegetables from your home.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's basically non-perishables, canned goods, cereal,
Right.
rice, that in boxes, of course.
You're not doing any clothing of any kind, right?
No, no.
So don't bring any clothing.
No, but we do take children's books.
Okay, great.
We have a bookshelf, and we stock that with children's books, new and used. And our clients' children love to look at those every Saturday, and we let them take as many books. And another wonderful thing we do, we work in conjunction with the Marines, the Toys for Tots, and we do a toy distribution the Saturday before Christmas.
Wow. So
Yeah.
people can get involved with that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Now that's on the website?
No, it's not on the website. We'll probably put it on Facebook, but we
Okay.
do have a webmaster, so he's
Right.
good. If I give him something, he will put it on the
Yeah.
website for us.
So it's the drive, and so I hope people can get involved in that. That would be
Definitely.
a great thing.
Yeah.
And especially now the holidays are upon us.
That's
so,
right.
What are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm having a turkey at my house.
Yeah.
I'm cooking.
All right.
I
so-
love to cook.
Awesome. Your daughter's going to come from Boston?
No, not she'll be in with her in-laws, but my
okay.
other daughter and a friend and my mom and her boyfriend. So
Excellent.
I'll have a small gathering,
Yeah.
and everyone will cook.
Yeah. Well, my family, we have a large
Mm-hmm.
family, and for years we just had the immediate family, and then, like you said, now you have in-laws and everything
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
else. So,
yeah.
Half come for Thanksgiving, then the other half
Right.
come for Christmas.
Right.
But it's nice, and we've actually been having cousins now that come because we have a little more room now.
Sure.
So, but this is where it starts. It starts with the family.
Yes.
Tell me a little about where you grew up.
I grew up in the Bronx,
Mm-hmm.
and as a teenager I moved to Queens,
Yeah.
and I met my husband in Queens. And after we got married and we lived a couple of years in Jackson Heights in Queens, we started looking for houses, and we
Yeah.
had some friends up here in northern Westchester, and we said, let's look up here. It seems nice. The schools are good.
Yeah.
The communities are nice. So we've been up here since 1986
Awesome.
in Cortland,
Yeah.
in Cortland Manor, and I love it, and I
Yeah,
love the
it's
community.
it is a beautiful community.
Yeah.
And it's great because it has so much diversity,
Yes.
and it's just a great community. Now the church doesn't charge you guys rent.
Right.
How big is that?
That's
It's-
tremendous.
yeah.
If we had to find another facility where we had to
Right.
pay rent, that would really eat into our, resources.
resources,
We
exactly.
help them out with electricity, and we're just so grateful that they're there to, assist us and offer us this great space that we have.
Yeah. And the parking is fine, so people can come in. There's no problem with the parking, right?
Yes, actually, we have a new parking system where they
Right.
park up at the high school,
Yeah.
and they get sent over from there. We have some wonderful volunteers that have a whole parking system.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it really is down pat and
Yeah, yeah.
working very well.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we have about 5 minutes. Are there any other? I know you volunteered for when the kids were young. You did the Girl Scouts and stuff like that, and now you're doing this volunteering. What other volunteering have you done?
Well, generally through my temple, I was head of the social action committee, so we've done some various projects through there,
Right.
and very involved in my temple.
Yeah.
But right now, my large focus is the food
Yeah.
pantry as president. That takes
Yes.
up a lot of my time, to
Right,
be honest with you.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what do you have planned for Thanksgiving? Are they going to do anything for the food pantry?
Yeah.
It's going to be big, right?
Oh, it's a biggie.
Yeah.
Normally, we serve around 175 families a week.
Right.
Last year, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, when we do our Thanksgiving distribution of turkeys and Thanksgiving-related food items, we had 276 families.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're sort of projecting 250 families this year.
Right.
So we've gotten a lot of volunteers to come down. Saturday, November 22nd, we've already ordered our turkeys. And we also get people to come in that day and bring in turkeys.
Yeah.
We have a lot of local community members from the churches, temples that will just stop by and bring a turkey.
Yeah.
I just got a call from Save a Lot. He's donating about 20 turkeys.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, they have to be frozen, right?
Well, if you came down that day on Saturday, you can bring a fresh turkey.
Okay.
But otherwise, yes. Generally, most people will bring a frozen turkey in.
Yeah.
And we do give out all the fixings and a few other special things, like
Yeah.
coffee that day. We're giving out vegetable oil. These are things we normally don't give out.
Yeah,
but we
right.
really want our clients to have a special Thanksgiving
Yes,
and feel like they're able to do it like everyone else.
And then the same is for Christmas too, or?
Christmas, yes, we don't have a special meat product, but we do give out some extra other various items that
Excellent.
normally a family might have around the holiday time.
Well, I appreciate you coming.
Well, thank you so much.
And
I appreciate it.
is there any last thing? I mean, I just want you to express the fact that, how fulfilling it is to volunteer, and that people, should do this.
Yes, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Many people that were very apprehensive about coming to the pantry to volunteer, once they come down, they are hooked.
Yeah.
And we're like a family down there.
yeah.
And I have volunteers that have been there since the pantry opened, 10 years.
Wow.
And they said they don't want to do anything else on a Saturday
Yeah.
morning. They want to be there and they
Right.
want to volunteer, and they just find it so rewarding. So I just encourage everyone to get out there and find something that you're passionate about, and do it.
It is fulfilling, and then it does become like a family.
Yes.
And it's, and the people have to get out. That a lot of times people get stuck in their house and they just, they get into like a rut. But when you're out there, you form bonds, you form friendships, and that's the key to volunteering,
That's
I
right.
think.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
So come on down and we'll
yeah.
put you to work.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah,
Well, thank you again, Ronnie.
Thank
and
you.
good luck with all your work.
appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm Victor Margiotta. This is the Community Show, and if you can, get involved in the community, volunteer. There's so many ways to get out there and do this, so thanks again.